Welcome to the stream, guys. I wasn't quite ready to begin the stream, but welcome, good morning. I have a keybind that turns the camera on and changes my entire scene. I didn't know I had a keybind that did that. That's really cool. Now I know I have magical keybinds in OBS that I didn't know about. I am going to have to investigate all of those. Oh, what do we have here? What's going on? Oh no. Is this how we start? Can I... do I want to get involved in this? I probably should. I probably should. Don't run. Oh god, they're running. Oh god, don't run. Okay, we got it. Let's get the poison off of them. If we can. There we go. Hey guys, this was not my quest. I was not doing this quest. I was not even ready to start the stream. But welcome, and thank you guys very much for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, so there we go. we maybe saved somebody's life, so maybe it was a good time to start the stream after all. A good deed for the day, yep. I think people don't know, Alex. Like, I didn't know. The first time I did this quest, I did not know. Like, it's one of those things, like, unless you're literally following a guide, or you've done it before, you don't know. And so, yeah, I remember the first time I did this quest, the same thing happened. I got jumped by a guy unexpectedly. Dude was a little bit of a higher level than me to begin with, which I also didn't expect based on the level of the quest. And yeah, I just think people do it and they have no idea what's going to happen. And sometimes they live and sometimes they don't. That was going to be like, they weren't going to live. Basically. I don't need that. I could sell it. I could sell that. Yeah, apparently you want to be like level 34. The thing is, it didn't seem like you had to kill both of them. It felt like if you killed one of them, the guy gave up. Or maybe if he got to a certain like HP threshold, he gave up. Like, he gave up. And it was before they were both dead. I got this tortoise armor. It's such garbage. It seems like it's such garbage, right? It pretends like it has so much more armor on it. It only has 100 more armor. And we lose all that strength. We lose all that stamina. I can't see ever using this. I'm gonna vendor it. It only vendors for 18 silver. What a piece of garbage. What a piece of junk. Apparently I never cleared out the inventory after the BFD run yesterday. What is this? Oh, okay, we don't need that. Alex, you assume that people who play hardcore have played Classic before? Yeah, that's an okay assumption, but it's like kind of the same thing, like even if they did that quest once upon a time, like they probably don't remember it. Let's see, let's get rid of this. I'm just gonna basically sell everything right now. We'll keep the potion, sell the heavy hide, sell the fish. Alright, that looks a lot better. So obviously we're going to do some stuff in the wetlands today. The wetlands that are looking especially wet because it's rainy out. Which is not really the vibe I was hoping for. But so often in the world of Warcraft we have our illusions busted. I thought we were going to have a nice sunny day here in the wetlands, but instead it's going to be abnormally moist. Skinning is getting close to the threshold. Can I train this anymore? I can't. Can I train this to 300 somewhere? Or am I capped out at 225 until I find like a special trainer? Let's head out. Oh, we do have a quest up here. Do I want to do this now? We could come back up here, we could hunt the guys in stealth for a bit, and we could work on the Elder Crocolisk. Maybe we go do that. And then we also have the option to go after the Cursed Marines and the Cursed Sailors, depending on what level they are. If they are actually level 29, like the quest is, I probably won't do it. We'll probably wait. We also have stuff, I want to get some of the stuff at the excavation site taken care of. Level 24, we're like, we're almost out of range for that one, so maybe we do that stuff first. Although that's 26, 26. Let's go work on the lower level stuff. There's a couple level 24 quests I want to get done before we level again, you know. Don't do the cursed crew yet? Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to. We'll go do the other stuff at the excavation site. The Seal of Rin. Alex, what's involved in that exactly? What do we have to do to get that? Let me take care of at least these level 24. I want to get this turn in done, and then Omer's Revenge. I have to do these level 24 quests first. And then we can do that. I have no idea what's involved in it. Or where to even get the quest. Or why I even want the ring. Current rings are pretty good. Silverlane's Family Seal and the Demon Band. So like my rings are pretty okay. Unless it's like a huge upgrade. I don't know if I need to prioritize it. What I really need is a neck piece and a helmet. And I might have to hit the auction house up today to fix that. That's what's really holding me back. You know, a better ring would be okay. But I have a couple of decent rings. What I don't have is a helm or a neck piece. I wish it was like the choker of Rin instead of like the band of Rin. I need something for the neck. Two guys in the Stormwind. Oh yeah. That's the yeah, okay. I think I know. I think I dropped that quest. I think I had that quest, and then I dropped it. Probably just pick it back up. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I should look at the quest reward for it, and see and like compare it to my current rings. See if I can do that while traveling. Okay. Yeah, see, this is okay. 3 strength, 3 agility, 4 stamina, 4... It's a pretty good ring. It's a good all-around ring. It has every stat. 3 strength, 3 edge, 3 stam, 3 int, 3 spirit. Yeah, it's got... Well, a couple of those were 4. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's not bad. I can see how someone would want it. It helps you out no matter what class you are, basically. For a paladin, it's probably especially good. Because we can benefit from a lot of those stats. I feel like I missed the turn off for the excavation site. Yeah, I did. Yep, the Raptor quest. We should be able to do at least one of them. One of them is level 24. So it shouldn't really be a big deal. It should be pretty easy. I want to get it done before it goes gray, before we lose all quest experience from it. I'm trying to stick to my plan of not going into Stranglethorn until we're like level 34. I would love to be level 34 and be putting my boots into Stranglethorn for the first time. Mike, things are going good. Appreciate you being here. I love how this guy stands like as close as he can to the edge. Right where you could slide off.
You got my
It's very nice of him.
Be good.
Yeah, see, that one is like, it's not gray. It's like, it's gray-green. It was invisible to us, but it still marks it as a green quest, so we should get full XP from it. Justin, good morning to you. Thanks for being here.
What can I do for you?
Patrick, welcome to the stream.
See you soon. Keep your feet on the ground.
What can I do for you? Safe travels.
Yeah, this guy's a setup. I don't like this ridge at all. That's like a straight drop down. I feel like that would kill somebody. We would bubble, you know, we would bubble out of it, but most people that would just kill them. I'm not going to go after these artifacts yet. The raptors we need are going to be outside of the excavation site. David says, not WoW related, but everyone should update their web browsers ASAP. There's a very nasty 0-day security bug going around. That does sound serious. You guys should do what David says. Sakata, hello from Michigan. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you being here. A farmer posts, same with iPhones if you haven't updated in a while, and a lot of us ignore those updates. I am probably one of the people that I will ignore the update basically infinitely. It's like occasionally I'll accidentally leave my phone plugged into power overnight, and the update will get me. But I don't know if I've updated it recently, so I'll have to check that. I have no elixirs. I have elixirs sitting in my bank, which isn't going to help us here. This seems to be a very popular questing location this morning. One day, you know, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I think that like one day we'll do a slash who, and there won't be 50 people on. One day. It hasn't happened yet. It's a good leather farm spot. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, there's... as you say that, I see 6 hunters. 6 hunters run up. There's only 3 of them, but it feels like 6. Yeah, I get it. Maybe we'll be able to get the quest done, though. It's kind of sad that we're not getting any kill XP. I always question whether it's worth it to do quest at all if you're not getting kill XP from the monsters. I feel like it would probably be more efficient just to go fight stuff somewhere for like 12 minutes. We can go fight stuff for 12 minutes and we can probably double the amount of XP that we're even going to get from the quest. Like, the quest probably is not going to give us a lot of experience. And the kills are not giving us a lot of experience. If we went somewhere and fought yellow mobs for like 12 minutes, we would probably double the XP. That's a thought I often have when we're working on like these low-level quests. Dark Zone, you just died with a level 16 hunter next to you. They weren't able to help you out, huh? Sometimes people help you and sometimes they don't. I helped somebody at the start of the stream, but it was like I questioned whether or not I should. And so I was very close to letting them die. But instead I healed them at the last minute. But it was a close one. I wasn't even ready to be playing the game yet. Yeah, they very nearly died. It was a hyperspawn? Yeah, hyperspawns account for like 80% of all hardcore death. Of course, the other 20% is probably covered by like lag and disconnects. If not for hyperspawns and lag and disconnects, like, I guess basically no one would die. At least to talk to people about it, that's what it seems. Yeah, if they're green, I don't mind. If the enemies are green, that's great. Some of these guys were gray. I don't like fighting gray enemies. Even when I can skin them. But yeah, these green guys are okay. Speaking of a leather farm, somebody forgot to skin. Somebody forgot to skin a whole bunch of stuff. And so we are going to do it. Medium leather, you know, medium leather actually sells for like 20 silver a stack on the auction house. And 20 silver is my low bar threshold for putting anything up on the auction house. I'm basically never going to put anything up on the auction house unless I can sell it for 20 silver or more. Because to me it's not worth the effort. But if I can get a couple stacks of medium leather, I would definitely be willing to put that up on the auction house. We'll see how. I bet it vendors for like 15 silver a stack. It probably vendors for 15 and sells in the AH for 20. There's not like a high markup. Although I did see a level 19 twink sword today for 300 gold. I was looking at weapons for my rogue. Spoiler alert: there aren't any. But the one I did see was a level 19 sword that was 300 gold. So people are twinking. And like, why are they twinking? I thought twinking was a PvP thing. Are these people trying to do like duels to the death and they're trying to like really succeed at it? Are people really doing that? Are people serious enough about duels to the death to spend 300 gold on a one-handed weapon for a level 19 twink? When you can't do battlegrounds and you can't do arenas, and like, what the hell is the point of twinking in hardcore? I don't get it. I've never really understood it anyway, because I'm not a PvPer. But in hardcore, when all you can do for like real PvP is duels, I really don't understand. Blood Moon, good morning, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Alex, you did sell that level 15 blue for 9 gold. That's awesome. Yeah, I just don't. I get that. Like 9 gold is okay. So like someone buys a piece for 9 gold. I feel like that's overpriced. But you know, if you have the gold, fine. 300 gold is on an entirely different level, and I just don't get it. Firstly, like if you have 300 gold, and you're gonna spend that on a level 19 weapon, I highly suspect that you bought gold. I highly suspect that you have purchased gold illegally. If you have 300 gold and you feel like you should spend it on a level 19 one-hander. Yeah, but I mean, like, if you got an alt, you got a high-level alt, maybe you've hit 60, you've got the 9 gold to spend if you're leveling up an alt. So I'll give them the 9 gold on the level 15. I think it's ridiculous. I would never spend 9 gold on a level 15 pair of, like, what was it, cloth gloves. I would never spend 9 gold on that. I might spend 9 gold on a level 15 weapon, Like if I had an alt that hit 60 and if I was just kind of rolling in a little bit of money, but not on a piece of gear. It seems kind of unnecessary. Like you're not going to get a big power boost out of it. It doesn't seem necessary. Yeah, so you turned around and you bought a two-handed sword for the warrior. Yeah, I mean, if you do use it, that'll be more worth it. At least with a weapon, you're going to see a really big uptick in DPS. Whereas with a piece of gear, you're not going to. You're probably not going to see, like, especially on the caster, you're not going to see any uptick, like, in your damage output. You're going to have, like, more mana and more regen and more HP, but you're not going to see any uptick on your damage output. Alright, after this we need 2 more modeled screechers and then we'll be done with this one. Oh, you found it in a chest. You found a blue in a chest? I've only found 1 blue in a chest in my entire WoW career. It was on our Alliance Mage that I leveled up mainly during TBC. Oh, hi guys, hi, all the screechers. Okay, well this will be all that we need. Let's do that. Let's throw down Consecration for a little bit of extra damage. What else? Let's do Stone Skin. We're gonna have, it's a whole party of guys. That's fun. I'm just gonna fight this. Worst case scenario, I guess I pop Lay on Hands, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. We'll just kill every Screecher in like a square mile area, and that'll be fine. Skybeam, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. That sucks. It would have been bad if they weren't green. Oh, if they weren't green, I would have ran right away. Yeah, it would have been fine. Like, if they were not green and if I hadn't been grinding on them so easily up to this point, if I pulled 3 of them, I would have just bubbled and taken off. I'm trying to learn, like, kind of the extent of what we can fight and what we should run from. This was a good test. Alright, we'll turn this one in, and then I think I want to go after... these ones. Fen Creepers are hiding out in stealth. The Giant Crocolisk are up to the northwest. I don't think we need to go after the fragments yet. Let's wait on this until we're a higher level. A Warcraft garage sale. That sounds fun. I feel like the auction house is essentially like the Warcraft garage sale, sort of. Sometimes there's a high markup on things, but... David, this morning's hardcore rogue video had your heart going for a minute. What did I do? I can't. I don't remember anything being like super dangerous. When did I record that one? I recorded it yesterday. I don't remember. Yeah, there might have been a part where we got to like pretty low HP. The Dust Devil. Okay. Oh yeah, when I was like, oh, we got this, and then I was like, ah, we might not have it. Yeah, the Dust Devil was some. I shouldn't have thought I could take him after being in combat with something else. And I didn't. What I didn't expect him to CC us twice and keep hitting us. It was the crowd control he did that like really messed it up. Yeah, but that was a close call. I don't think I had any other like buttons to get out of it either. Alex was yelling at the monitor. Yeah. I'm having fun doing the recorded stuff too. The recorded stuff is such a difference from the streams. And like, and I know it's probably like sometimes to some of you guys it's probably irritating that you can't tell me, hey, don't do that. Hey, why are you doing that? But yeah, it's still a lot of fun. The rogue is a blast. I have a lot of fun on the rogue. Ultimately, I'll probably get it killed, doing something just like that, like fighting a Dust Devil. But we're still going strong for now. I really wanted to get her some good weapons, but there really isn't anything that I can afford. I don't want to spend too much money on the rogue. I want most of the money to be spent on the paladin.
What's on your mind? What's your back?
We're not doing this one right now, so we're done here for now. Shahin, do I get bored of classic hardcore doing the same quest over and over again? No. Not really. Everything plays out in a different way. And even when you're doing the same quest, a lot of times I don't do them in the same order. Different things happen. You're a different class with different abilities and different ways to handle the same encounters. There's so much replayability in WoW Classic that no, I mean, I've been playing the game for 20 years. I haven't gotten bored of it. So, I haven't gotten bored enough to think that I ever wanted to stop. Which is pretty lucky, you know. I feel like most people have actual jobs where they go do the same stupid stuff every single day. And I'm sure they get sick of that. Yeah. And so no, I don't get sick of doing the same quest. I just have a good time. When do I get a ride? When do I get my mount? Level 40 in Classic. Level 40, and normally it would be super expensive, but because we're a paladin, we get handed it for free. Alright, so we can find these guys down here. I should be investigating all the little puddles. This is one of the more tedious quests right here. This is a quest that I normally don't finish. It feels like they don't spawn a lot of these guys. And we need what? We need 12 of them. And they're just incredibly hard to find. Oh, this guy is hiding at the very bottom of the river. Yeah, he doesn't. They don't need to breathe apparently. I didn't realize they could be completely submerged. Maybe that's why I can't find them. Because I'm not often looking for ones that are. I'm looking for them around the edges, because I didn't realize they could be totally underwater. I didn't think they were amphibious. So that's my bad. The racial? What racial do I have that would help? Humans have perception. I don't think I have anything as a dwarf. Yeah, Alex, yes, I am a dwarf. yeah, perception, I've tried perception on this one before, and I'll say it doesn't really help that much. Because the problem is, like, it's, you know, you can walk right where it says there's going to be a spawn. If there's a spawn there, you're going to run into it. The problem is they don't spawn a lot of them. That's the main problem, is that there just aren't enough of them spawned in. Because I can walk over every single marker that Questie puts down. You know, look, see, we found one here. And we'll get them eventually. It's just kind of slow going. Oh good, we have competition for them. That makes it even better. Yeah, these are two quests that I don't usually do. The same thing with the Crocolisk, I feel like there aren't enough of them. And now I'm seeing that we have competition, which is not very encouraging to me to actually want to be here. I'll give it a little bit of time. But yeah, we're talking about two quests that I don't normally do, and I see a bunch of players around. Obviously, we need more layers, right? I mean, that's the ultimate solution. Is that I just need to have my own layer. It's clearly where we're at. If I don't want to do this, what should I do? What should I do if not for this? I want to be fighting more stuff. And this is not cutting it. We could do war banners. I haven't finished them yet. I have some in the bank, I think. Yeah, there should be some in the bank. I just didn't pull them out because I'm stupid. But they're definitely, like, I think I have half a stack of each type in the bank. I really don't want to do this quest. Yeah. I'm not doing this quest. I really don't want to do it. I find running back and forth without fighting anything to be very tedious. That's one thing that I do find really boring, is when I'm just running around and I don't even get to fight anything. I find that pretty obnoxious. So I'm dropping the quest. Probably say, well, I'll keep this one just in case. Maybe we can find them when we go to do Cursed Sailors. Maybe there will be less people around. Right now there are multiple people trying to farm these, and they spawn like 3 of them in. So they spawn 3 of them at a time. You need 6 of them for the quest. And then I got 2 other people to compete with. I'm not interested in that right now. Let's get back to town. I want to fly to Ironforge. I gotta pull some potions out of the bank. And maybe check a few other things. It's just not even worth the time, man. Like, it's not even worth the time for me to do it. I'll like carve a path through here fighting Murlocs and stuff, and I'll probably get more experience than I would for the quest. That's kind of the point I'm at with some of these quests. I'm far enough ahead of the leveling curve that I can just, like, I can be a little bit more picky. And if I want some XP, I'll just find a good grind spot. I'd love to find a good grind spot. That would be super cool. But yeah, I'm gonna make my way back to town. Let's go to Ironforge. I'm gonna hit up the bank, maybe check out the auction house. We'll hang on to this stuff. What's going on back in Duskwood? I feel like I'd rather just work on stuff in Duskwood. I know it's a bit of a higher level, but maybe I can find somewhere there to grind for a bit. The Plague Spreaders, like, grinding on the ghouls was pretty good for a while. That wasn't too bad. I'm starting to have the realization that probably starting next week, we're gonna have to let our girl get some rested XP. She's gonna have to get some rested XP. Like, we're gonna have to, like, alternate days or something just to have a little bit of rested each day. Like, having this tiny bit of rested is starting to feel very bad.
See you soon.
I need, like, a bit more of a chunk. I just really don't know what I would do on the stream to let the Paladin rest. I really prefer to keep the Rogue and the Mage as recorded series right now. That's kind of how I'm enjoying those. And that's kind of how I want that to stay. So I don't really know, like, if I was going to alternate, like, a couple days out of the week on a different character during the streams, I'm really not even sure what I would play. The Priest? Yeah, I could. I haven't been feeling the Priest. I feel like 2 Holy Light characters with bubbles might be too much. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. I could do the Priest, but since I've been on the Paladin, I haven't really been into the Priest. Let's go to Ironforge.
See you around.
The Shaman? Yeah, Shaman, the Orc Shaman we started, maybe. I don't know if I have, like, cooled off from Duratar yet. We did Duratar, like, 3 times back to back to back. We did, like, First Warrior. We did, you know, the Mage up to, like, level 15. And that was Duratar, a lot of it. And then we did Third Warrior, which went through Duratar. And I'm just not, like, I'm not sure if I've cooled down from Duratar. Duratar is unfortunately my least favorite zone in the early game. It's my least favorite zone. Mostly because of aesthetics. Like, the questing is actually okay, but the visual aesthetics of the zone I don't like. So yeah, Night Elf Warrior. Is it too soon to revisit a warrior? Yeah, is it too soon? It might be too soon. Embrace the dark side and roll a warlock. Yeah, Z Crocodile. I might have thought about that before I got on my Wrath Warlock the other day. I played for like an hour and I thought, god dang, this is the most boring stuff I've ever done in the game. I find the Warlock incredibly boring. The pet tanks it away from you, all of your spells are instant cast and don't have any animations to them. And then you're wanding and that's just the same animation over and over again. I find the Warlock like to be probably the only class in the game that I would say just really, really bores the living crap out of me. And I am sorry to all you people who love Warlocks. That is only how I feel. I'm not trying to judge the class, its value, or its fun. People tell me, once you hit level 40, it changes. Like, okay, but that's 40 levels of me being bored as hell. And that's just how I honestly feel about it. Otherwise I would. Yeah, I know people want to see a Warlock, or you think you do. Like, you think you do. But I don't think you really do. Can Orcs be Paladins? I wish. I don't even think Orcs can be Paladins in retail, but they should be able to. Anybody should be able to embrace the Holy Light and be a Pally. Yeah. I did good on the Hunter. On the Night Elf Hunter? Well, the same thing kind of happened. Is I got so inattentive having the pet that I attacked like an enemy 6 levels above me, and I got us killed to like a crab that was 6 levels above us because I wasn't paying attention. I would be more likely to go on a Hunter than a Warlock. I will say that. At least on the Hunter, I have the illusion of like tapping Arcane Shot off cooldown and stuff like that. Like I have an actual button to press. There's no casting animations or anything cool looking on the Hunter, but you know it feels a little bit better than the Warlock.
Up with you. Watch your back.
It feels a little bit better than the Warlock. 1 stam 4 spirit. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so also, I should be trained. No, I'm not. I'm not trained. Let's go train before we do anything else. Hunter's easier than Warlock? Yeah, probably. Probably. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know though, that we did that Night Elf Hunter and like, I wasn't digging it. And I'm pretty sure you guys could tell that I wasn't digging it the whole time. And like, when that character got killed, I did not give a crap. I was almost relieved. So yeah, I don't know if Hunter is the answer.
Well met.
I probably should dust off the The Orc Shaman. You know what the problem is? Let's see. Let's grab these first. Consecration. This is going to be all of my money. Oh, God. Goodbye, gold. Oh, I don't even have enough money. I would have grabbed Devotion Aura first, and I would have ignored everything else.
Be good.
Oh, God. This is how it happens? Why am I running out of money? I mean, I guess I'm mailing it off. Yeah, it's not like we're banking a lot of money. What is all this stuff? Oh, okay. I got some 8-slot bags. I got a couple 2-handers for some reason. Okay. I guess I'm gonna send money back. You know what? I'm not sending any money back. No, forget that. We're not doing that. A Night Elf Druid? Oh, God. I mean, I'd have to stare at a bear's butt. Or a cat's butt. The entire time. I wish I could. You know, I feel like I'd probably enjoy a druid more, like, gameplay-wise, than I would a hunter or a warlock. Like, gameplay-wise, I would enjoy the druid. I had a lot of fun on the level, like, 25 Tauren druid that I got killed. And so, I probably would enjoy the gameplay of it. But I don't know, butts. I don't know if I can stare at animal butts for 300 hours. Yes, butts. An Arcane Mage LS? Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, Alex, Druid level 1 to 10 is the worst. Hey, once I get bear form, I'm the kind of guy, and you guys know this, I'm fine auto-attacking things down. I do not mind just letting my guy, if it's like a melee attack, like I don't mind letting my guy auto-attack. But the first 10 levels on the druid, it's not that it's like boring, it's painful. It's painful. Wrath, drink. Are you still drinking? Oh, good. Wrath, drink. Keep drinking. It's gonna be a while. Yeah, it makes me want to drink. It's bad. I don't like it. That's like the worst 10 levels in the game. Let's go kill these guys. We need 2 more Shadow Weavers. Let's go get this one done. I'm not gonna get chased out this time. We'll be a little bit more careful. See, Alex, I love Maul. I love just like it's like heroic strike kind of. Yeah, I love just sitting there letting the bear attack. I don't know what's wrong with me. David, Balanced Druid sucks even on retail? That's really sad. You would hope that on retail, classes that like suck a lot in Classic could at least have their time to shine, like some part of the game where they can actually be played. So that's sad to hear. Yeah. I don't know. What else am I not playing right now? There's not a lot of classes that I either A, haven't just gotten killed, or B, am not currently playing. Like, the warrior might be still on cooldown. We're doing the mage and the rogue in the recorded series. We've got the paladin going. You know, that does leave priest, hunter, warlock, druid, shaman. If I could roll an alliance shaman, we wouldn't be having to have this conversation. Let me say that again. Blizzard, are you listening? If I could have an alliance shaman, I wouldn't be sitting here wondering what else I would play on the stream. My problem kind of with going on the horde side and the alliance side at the same time. My problem is it's orange or yellow, and it's shaped like a round thing. My problem is coins. My problem is like splitting my meta progression kind of feels bad. That's like my problem with faction hopping in official hardcore. Like faction hopping, oh god, I'm trying to have a conversation here. So disrespectful. Faction hopping in solo self-found was fine because you lost everything anyway. Every ounce of progress was gone. You didn't keep anything, so you might as well go and play the other faction. And that's not what official is like. with the ability to have meta progression and send stuff to your alts, it feels bad to split your progress, if that makes sense. It does feel like it's better to focus on one faction, which is very different than self-found. Try a Fury Warrior? I never do! I never do, because it takes forever for you to actually play a Fury Warrior. Like, it's not like retail where you hit level 10 and you pick Fury Warrior and suddenly you're a Fury Warrior. It's classic, so for the longest time, you're just a warrior. And yeah, you can start going into the Fury tree right away and you can grab like increased crit, but you're not going to get dual wield for a long time. You're not going to have Berserker stance. You're not going to have Whirlwind. Like, it's going to be a long time of you. You're just a warrior still. You're not anything really yet. And I always say like, oh yeah, we'll dual wield, and like, I don't ever dual wield on the warrior. I just don't do it. And then people say, okay, you could do a two-handed Fury. Like, two-handed Fury, okay. Maybe, would it, but it wouldn't feel a lot different for a while, right? Like, for the longest time, it's gonna feel exactly like the last two warriors we played. We're gonna charge, we're gonna rend, we're gonna auto-attack, and heroic strike. And we're gonna be doing that for a long time. So it's like, you know, you don't play a Fury Warrior, you play a warrior. That's kind of how you have to think about it. Gosh, I don't know about this. I don't like the look of that. No, that looks nasty. This looks nasty. This guy right here is ripe. Let's pick him. Shadow Resistor. Oh, good at Dark Runner. Oh, God. We have already made a terrible mistake. Okay, we leashed one of them. Can I keep this guy? Like, can I keep one of them? I'd love to kill one of them. Okay, we leased the other caster. No, we didn't lease the other caster. Ugh, we gotta resist. That was helpful. Who leashed? Okay, the guy we were putting damage on leased. This area is annoying. Very, very annoyed. Yeah, I know. I want to get this one quest done. It's two kills. Like, I should be able to find two guys that I can pull. Just two guys. I just need to find two guys that I can pull on their own. Like, it shouldn't be super hard, but apparently it is. Like, when am I gonna come here at level 38? Like, is that what I'm gonna do? Am I gonna wait till level 38 so I can fight level 27 enemies? Seems kind of silly. The orchard is a death trap. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it probably is. It seems like it probably is. Let's leave. Fine. Well, you guys convinced me. Let's just leave. We'll never do the quest. We might as well drop it. Let's just get out of here. I'm over it. I really would like to just let's go fight yeah, let's go fight the undead. Let's go up here and we'll fight the undead. And we'll see how that goes. We'll probably run into stitches on the way. I'm not very pleased with my my progression today. I just I thought I was gonna do stuff in the wetlands. That didn't work out. Yeah. I guess I just have to accept that today is not a day where I'm going to get a lot of stuff done. I have to accept that I'm not going to make a lot of progress today. I'm not getting frustrated with the Paladin, I guess. I mean, I am getting frustrated with my lack of ability to find an area that I want to actually be in. I'm getting frustrated with myself. Because I thought I was set up to start the stream. I thought I was good to be in the wetlands for a while, and I just ignore certain things that I know are true. Like, I know I hate that quest with the guys in stealth. I know I hate the quest for the Elder Crocodilus because it only spawns 2 of them at a time. Like, I know those things. But today I just ignored reality, and I tried to go quest in the wetlands, and that was just a big waste of time, basically. So I'm not frustrated with the Pally, but I am frustrated with Robert and my inability to make good choices. That's true. I can't log off of myself and be somebody else, unfortunately. I wish that I could. That would be a useful ability to have. But what would help me for the Paladin would be some rested XP, yeah. Rested XP would make it so that, like, no matter what I chose to do, it would be fruitful. Whereas, like, right now I have to find, like, the perfect guys to fight that aren't too hard, that aren't too low a level, that give decent XP, that don't run away, that aren't in a dangerous... Like, right now I have a lot of criteria that I have to meet. Because we don't have rested XP. But yeah, without there being an Alliance Shaman, there's not really an easy answer to having a way to let the tune rest. Unless I just don't stream for a week. I could just take a week off of streaming and let her get rested XP and come back to it fresh. That's definitely a possibility. It would be the easiest possibility. What would you guys do if I took a week off? I hope watch the recorded stuff that would go up in its place. That would like kind of be my hope, was that there'd be like some interest in the recorded stuff, enough to entertain for a week. It would be annoying to me too, but sometimes the solution that you don't like, the solution that seems annoying or bothersome or bad, sometimes the solution you don't like is the right solution. It's really easy to just ignore it and be like, well, that's not the right solution because I don't feel good about it. Doesn't mean it's not the right solution. I think oftentimes, like, as humans, we're too quick to, like, blow off the solution that we don't have positive feelings about. Like, that can never be true. That can never be the way to go because I don't feel good about it. I'm like, well, that's not how reality works, actually. Just some thoughts. I'm just thinking out loud, sorry. Yeah, if I took a week off of streaming, I'd be putting out more recorded stuff. There wouldn't just be like a dearth of content. I'm still gonna play the crap out of the game, you know. But if I can't find a character that I want to stream, then I would like to be working on like the mage and the rogue. You know, if I had a class that was like kind of sticking out to me, like, oh yeah, that would be really fun to stream it, then that would be one thing. But if I do get to a point where she needs rested XP, and I haven't found another class to stream that's enjoyable, then I probably would have to take some time away. That just might happen. YouTube would probably like it too. YouTube hates my streams. So like YouTube would probably be like, it would probably be happy, you know. The algorithm would probably boost me a little bit if I took some time off the streams. That's the sad reality of YouTube. Is that YouTube does not like our streams. I happen to like them a lot. But yeah. I haven't convinced the algorithm of that. David, did you just say retail? Yeah, I can't. I was for a while. For a while, listen, I was telling myself there's a journey here. I was telling myself that I had like enough intrinsic motivation inside of me to level a bunch of classes. And it's just like there isn't, man. Like there isn't a journey there. I was leveling up through Cataclysm zones that I really, really want to save until I'm actually in Cataclysm. But I tried. I got the Warlock to max level, and that I made myself enjoy that journey. But it was a lot. There was no extrinsic motivation coming from the game. Like the game wasn't rewarding me for playing in any meaningful way. All the motivation was coming from deep inside my reservoir of motivation. And so that's because it wasn't relaxing. You know what I mean? Like I can't play retail. Yeah, I wish I could. I really wish I could. And I think a lot of WoW players feel that way. I think a lot of people, like, they'll log into WoW retail. You ever log into retail and you kind of stand in the city for a bit and you open your map and you look at all the stuff on the map and you sigh and then you log out of retail? How many of you guys have done that, like, in the past few weeks? Because that's a lot of what I used to do with retail. Yeah, maybe you even do a world quest or two. You know, maybe you even like, oh, what's this over here? Okay, it's a 3 item level upgrade. I guess I'll go do it. Maybe you even log in, you do a world quest or two, but eventually you open your map and you look at all the crap on the map and you just log out. You can't be bothered because none of it is bringing you any joy. None of it is bringing you like any like emotional goodness or value. So you just stop. Yeah, a lot of you guys do it. Yeah, a lot of you guys have done this thing that I'm talking about. Yeah, I think this happens to a lot of WoW players. I think there are lots of people who would love to play retail. You know, they love to log in and to just really enjoy playing the game. And mostly it's people who are mainly like solo players, you know, who maybe aren't in like a raiding guild or they don't do mythics. A lot of it is people like us. Like, we would love nothing more than to log into retail and have an amazing game to play that we really liked. You know, because we're WoW players. Like, ultimately we're WoW players. And that's what we want to do with our time. But right now retail is not an environment that feels enjoyable for people like us. And I tried to enjoy the leveling journeys for what they were, but what they were is shallow, short, and meaningless. The leveling journey is a good way to tutorialize yourself to a class, enough so that you can go read a guide and watch some videos. That's what all leveling is in retail. It's enough time. Let's mark him. Let's get out of here. It's enough time so that you can kind of learn the class, you can read the talents, and then by the end of it, you know just enough that if you want to actually play the game with people who play at a higher level, you're going to then have to go read a guide. You're going to then have to go look up a talent build. You're going to then have to get all your specs in order according to said guides. You're going to have to go watch some videos. You're going to have to download weak auras and make sure you grab the proper profile for your class and get that all set up. Like, all the leveling is for is it gives you a basic tutorial of the class you've chosen. And it leaves you with the vernacular and the understanding to then go off and actually learn how to play properly from a guide. And that I have this much interest in that gameplay. So yeah. One day I'll log into retail and it'll just be a fun game to play. I'll be like, oh man, I want to go quest over here today. I'd like to see what kind of rewards I can get doing that. Like, one day it'll be a fun game to play, where I'll just log in and I'll just have a fun time in the game. But that's probably not going to be anytime soon. Red Robin, the live streams brighten your mood. That's good. Most people say I'm just very negative. I'm sure there are people who are thinking right now, like, damn, why is Robert so negative? Why is he so negative about retail? I don't understand why he's being so negative in these streams. There are people who feel that way though. And YouTube like picks up on that kind of stuff. That's why I say YouTube hates the streams. If I got on here every day and I was like, smiles and rainbows and everything is great and I love all versions of WoW and here's why I have fun in every version. If I got on and talked like that all day, then YouTube would like the streams. YouTube has like things that sense sentiment. So they can pick up on like the tone of voice, they can pick up on how many times you use like certain words that are associated with either positive or negative feelings. So it has all these tools that key off of that stuff. And mainly what it looks for is it looks for what it describes as being like a positive emotional thing. So when you get too real, or you talk about how you actually feel about stuff, a lot of times the algorithm will punish you. Because the algorithm is a no negativity Nancy. Doesn't like that stuff. The algorithm also reads passion as negativity, Brendan. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, whenever you're being animated about something and you're not using all the happy words, that's especially when a program that is detecting sentiment and like sentiment will punish you. It's saying, oh, sentiment in the stream is negative. Sentiment seems to be like a negative energy, and then like you will see that not get pushed to as many people. It's very subtle and invasive, but it's how it happens. Shadow, if that happens, you'll know something's very wrong. You mean if I get on and I'm positive all the time? Yeah. Yeah, then you'll know that I'm basically being run by an AI. Aged and dead, we're all doing well, thanks for asking. Zach, it seems like the opposite is true. The opposite is true if you go to an extreme, and the opposite is true only if you are exposed to certain communities who really like that kind of thing. You're saying that you believe that negativity is better. Negativity can be better if you have a viewership on a certain topic. People will respond to negativity. But as far as like how the algorithm works and pushes, for my audience especially, if the more negative things are, the less it will push my videos. Now there may be channels like Asmongold's where the opposite might be true, because of his audience and because of his fan base. So that could be. But I know for a fact, because I get all the metrics on my channel. I know for a fact how it affects my channel and how it affects my videos. And also, like, the other thing is, like, YouTube is not very well set up for creators for streaming. Like, especially if you are a channel like I have been for the past 5 years doing, like, recorded content. YouTube is not really, like, it doesn't really help you, like, set up for success when it comes to doing any kind of streaming. And that's why, like, most people, they don't stream on YouTube. Because for some reason, the way the algorithm works, like, if you do a lot of recorded content and then you start streaming, what happened to my channel was it starts to punish all of your videos. They often encourage you to like do different things and try different things. But the reality of it is, unfortunately, that when you do that, often your channel will suffer. And it might be like a growing pains thing, and that's why, like, we've been streaming for, what, 5 months now? We've been streaming for 5 months now, and the streams are great, and the streams are fun, and the streams are active, and you guys are awesome, but, like, numerically, that's why I say YouTube doesn't like the streams. Because I have the actual metrics. On like how it treats not only the streams, but how it has treated all the recorded content since I started streaming. It's almost like on YouTube, if you do both, like YouTube does not know what to do with your videos, and so it just doesn't do anything with them. It's like, oh, okay, I don't know if the guy's streaming or if he's recording, I'm just not going to show anybody. That's kind of what it's felt like the algorithm has done recently within the past few months. I never like these grave robbers. They always bother me because I never get to have a quest for them. I figure we just kill them. If you guys haven't noticed, I have 0 objectives right now. I'm just kind of running around fighting stuff that like seems kind of safe. Agent Dad, you like the stream for the same reason you like Asmon's? We're both totally honest people and don't BS. Yeah, I like to think that I'm pretty straightforward about how I feel. On the internet, that can be a problem a lot of the time. People have certain expectations when they don't know you. People have certain expectations that are often unrealistic. I realized that even when we were in Ironforge, I did not stop at the bank. I did not pass go. I did not collect $200 or elixirs. So we're still elixir free since 23, I guess. Watch out for Morladim. He's way over there somewhere. He doesn't come this far over here in the graveyard. These guys are a bit too low level to even be worth grinding on. I should probably go work on the plague spreaders. Let's maybe go do that. He does if someone kites him over. That's fair. Yeah, I guess somebody can do that. Some evil, vile person. Some complete rude who just wants to ruin our day. That could happen, I guess. There he is. There's our buddy. Our buckaroo. Our friendo. Well, this area looks farmed out. I don't see any bodies, which tells me that we should see ghouls crawling out of the ground like any second now. It's gotta happen soon. So I see nothing. Here we go. There's somebody back here. It's really depressing that this weapon is already, like, not really hitting as hard as I want it to. We are level 30 now. That is a 6 level difference. That is about the time that we need a new weapon. Yeah, I feel like I just bought this weapon. And I can't afford next weapon because I'm pretty sure next weapon is like 20 gold. Yeah, I think there's like a level 30... blue mace that's like 20 or 30 golds. So we might be stuck with a shite weapon for a while, which is kind of giving me PTSD of what happened to the paladin that I had to retire. Rosalinda, good afternoon and thanks for being here. I remember having lots of money on the Paladin and Bloodshell Buccaneers, but I guess maybe that didn't start to accumulate until we were like in the level 40s. Maybe in the level 40s was when I accumulated like all the gold. And then I blew it all on respecs. I remember blowing like 30 or 40 gold on respecs. That was fun. Yeah, the curse of the Pally to never have a decent weapon after so many levels. Yeah. It seems like it. we found out that there are no good one-handers on any bosses. Like, there's not a single low-level dungeon that has a good tanking weapon or like a good strength one-hander. There are a couple swords that are good for like rogues, but there's really nothing at all for a paladin who wants to have a one. We have to buy everything from the auction house. It's like, oh, okay. Great. If we wanted a two-hander, there are plenty of two-handers. You can get two-handers left, right, and center. Two-handed axes, two-handed maces, doesn't matter. Two-handed swords. You want a sword, you got a sword. But if you want one-handers, and you want strength stam one-handers, you're looking at the auction house. So yeah, if we get a two-hander, like I'll level it up and we'll go with it. At this point, I want to stay one-hander and shield, so long as we can keep a decent one-handed weapon. But I do feel like this one is like a couple. This is like by level 32, I have to have something better. By level 32, I have to have something better. I can already feel it. Yeah, if I get a great two-hander, I will. Yeah, for a little while. But that's kind of the same thing. Like, we don't have any two-handers right now either. So we'll see. I thought these were the ones that had the worms. It's the rotted ones, isn't it? Austin, good afternoon. Yeah, I like the one-hander and shield so much. I do feel like it's why we can go from pull to pull. What I worry about going over to a two-hander is like, we're gonna take more damage. I'm gonna have to stop to heal myself. If I start stopping to heal myself, I'm gonna have to start drinking. If I start drinking, you see what I mean? Like, it's a cumulative slowdown. Like, yeah, you'll deal a little bit more damage with a two-hander, but like, ultimately, I feel like with a two-hander without a shield, you have so much more downtime on the paladin. And it's like, I would rather kill stuff slowly, I guess, than have a bunch of downtime between fights. I kind of like being able to go from pull to pull. At least for like 3 or 4 pulls before I really have to stop. There'll be some really good two-handers. We can get a good two-hander out of Scarlet Monastery. Right now, I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're looking for Scarlet Monastery Armory. Yeah, we can get the Ravager. That's what you really want. Chance to attack all nearby enemies for 9 seconds, so you spin sometimes. Basically, we want everything off of him. Like, this is the boss we're gonna farm over and over and over again until we have all this stuff. Yeah, that's it. He's the guy we need. We just have to get there. What's the gear? The gear is level 37. So yeah, at level 37, we will be in there trying to get all that stuff. And I think the shield is from Cathedral, isn't it? So yeah, there's no one-hander still. There's no one-hander at all. Oh no, maybe the shield was... Oh yeah, the shield is off in Cathedral. Oh, I got excited for a minute. See, this needs to be a one-handed mace. They need to change this. It needs to be a one-handed mace. Because, like, I don't need the axe from the one fight and the mace from the next fight. Like, I don't need it. This needs to be a one-hander. Why is the guy dropping a shield? Why is he dropping a shield and a two-handed mace? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. We're not going down here. Food Photographer says chicken. Yeah. Absolutely right. Yeah, I'm not going down there. Call me whatever name you want. Yeah, the thing is that, yeah, it's going to respawn around us. Exactly. Exactly, Rosalinda. Yeah, that's why we can't be down there. And we don't need to go down there anyway. We can finish the quest up here. We've been working on it over time. Jason, Morladeem's not a danger unless we're past this tree over here. If we go over to the west and we pass this tree, then we have to keep our eye. He won't come this far over to the east. Yeah, I appreciate the concern though. But yeah, once I pass the tree, like if I wander over that way at all, then I have to have my head up. Other than that, over here we're fine. He just doesn't come this far. Carnifexia, good evening to you. Thanks for being here. Sorry to hear about your 14 hours of work. Jason, you've seen him over here? I mean, I guess it's possible, man. I've been here for a bit, the past couple days, and like, I've seen, what he does is he walks right over here, like right where my mouse cursor is. He walks this path. And so I've only ever seen him do that. Maybe something could get him over here. I'm not sure what could do it, but maybe he would, but I just haven't experienced it yet. I have a marker on him too, so he's walking around with a skull on his head. So if he gets anywhere close, like, we should be able to see him. Pretty sure we can even see him through the tree with a skull marker on him. I feel like I just can't attack these guys. Like, I hate these worms. This is probably a reason why this is not a great grind spot. I'm wasting mana having to consecrate because I feel like I hit T, and she stands there acting like she's gonna hit them, and then like half the time, nothing happens. And they're too little. Like, I can't see what's going on. Maybe that makes us a bad grind spot. Maybe that makes our inventory full. Maybe that makes us headed back to town. Do we have a vendor? We do have a vendor over in Raven Hill. Yeah, okay, let's head to the Raven Hill vendor. We don't have to totally leave. Yeah, he has a winding path. I'm just pretty sure that his path is set. I'm pretty sure that where I've seen him is the edge of his path coming east. I'm pretty sure that, I'm like 95% sure he has a defined path that he walks. That he doesn't have any agency to like take Route A or Route B. I could be wrong. Maybe he does have a Route A and a Route B. I don't know.
best deals anywhere.
Red aura for the worms, fair. That's not a bad idea at all. I will try that. Alright, that should be good. That should do it. My coffee's at the perfect temperature for guzzling. Yeah, it's the guzzling temperature. I'm gonna try to resist and like save some of it, but it's at that perfect temp where it's like it's still hot, but it's not hot enough to like burn your esophagus. Yeah, it's at the right temp. It's not gonna stay this way for long. Let's go red aura for a bit and see if this helps us deal with the wormies. That seemed to help. Yeah, that seemed to do it. Sean, thanks for the suggestion, man. I appreciate it. That solved my problem. Madeline, what spec are we leveling? We're kind of all over the place. So in Classic, you don't really pick a spec and just go down the tree. We got stuff in Holy, Strength, we have Improved Seal of Righteousness, we grabbed Consecration, and then now we're going into Retribution. But we might be peeling out of here soon to go into Protection to get down to King. So like by level 40, we'll have like the first 3 rows of most of the specs spec'd into. So we're not really going like a spec the way you might think. Which I really enjoy. It's one of the joys of Classic, to have the freedom to grab stuff out of the other specs, like leveling tree. And like, not all classes are like that, but a lot of them are. The only real exception, I think, is like, I think as a Frost Mage, you go all in Frost. I'm pretty sure like there's so many good like talents in the Frost tree that it's like you want every one of them, and like so as a mage you probably just go 100% Frost. But a lot of classes there's going to be like one or two really good talents that you want in some of the other trees that you're not as interested in like overall, but you'll want to go into them to get those like beginning talents. David, you've been enjoying the Fire Mage? That's pretty cool. I like all the random freezes. It's probably like an endorphin thing, which is funny in the light of the comment we just saw that got deleted really quick. In light of that comment, it's kind of funny because like on the Frost Mage, I get like an endorphin drop every time Frostbite procs. Like every time I freeze somebody in place randomly, like I feel good. And like it's probably not healthy. I get addicted to the Frostbite procs. The Frostbite procs are like a drug. And I should quit Frost Mage, shouldn't I? I should probably go Fire. Because yeah, I love Frostbite. It just feels good. And then when you talent more, then you get the big crits off of your frostbitten targets. That feels even better. The Frost Mage is like a drug. You should quit. Oh, okay. Friends don't let friends play Frost Mages, I guess. Mike, take care, man. We'll see you later. Boomkin leveling? Yeah, Boomkin leveling would be like the opposite of Frost Mage leveling. Yeah, you would never feel good any of the time, and you would only ever feel bad. Yeah, Boomkin is how you detox from Classic WoW. Is like, if you want to stop playing Classic WoW, just play Boomkin for 50 or 60 hours. You'll be done. You'll quit. I'm waiting for all the Boomkins to come out. I love my Boomkin. 2,000 hours / played on the Boomkin. Dude doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm waiting for all the Boomkins to come out of hiding. Where are you at, my Boomkins? I know you're out there. The two of you that play the spec. But between the two of you, you probably have thousands and thousands of hours played. Is it really that bad? Shadow, it's probably really... Yeah, it's really that bad. Yeah. It's so bad that it's basically a meme, you know? But there are two people out there that really enjoy it, and that will say that it's the highest DPS in the game. I'm just waiting for them to be here in the chat. See, Paul plays it in Wrath, so like, that's close. He's saying it's better in Wrath. Maybe he's not like a Boomkin stan. But like, yeah, so Wrath is, yeah, undoubtedly Wrath is better for every spec, you know, from that standpoint. But yeah, but the classic Boomy is not doing good. David says the retail Boomy is not good either, not in a good state. So yeah, Boomkin's got it rough. It is such a cool idea, like I love the idea. You know what I hate? Moonkin form. I hate being a moon chicken. it doesn't appeal to me, and I don't really know who it appeals to unless you are the mascot for like KFC. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like the bear I get, the cat I get, but why did it have to be something so stupid looking for the caster form? You know what I mean? Like the bear and cat are arguably pretty cool, especially like in later versions of WoW. But the boomkin is stupid no matter what you do to it, no matter what color you make it, no matter what feather pattern it has. It looks stupid no matter what. Because it's a were chicken. It's just a were chicken. It reminds me of an episode of the Real Ghostbusters cartoon back in like the early 90s. There was this were chicken episode. And every time I see a boomkin, I just think of the Real Ghostbusters cartoon and how the boomkin is a stupid were chicken. I wonder if it looks the same. I wonder if I looked up the Real Ghostbusters cartoon were chicken episode in Google, if Google would know what I was talking about and be able to show me an image of a fully transformed were chicken so I could compare it to the boomkin. But in my mind, that's what I always think of. I guess I don't have a complete image of it in my head. Yeah, Paul. In Wrath of the Lich King Onward, yes, there's a glyph that can, but it turns you into star form. Yeah, and star form is arguably much better, you know, than a boomkin. But then you're all starry, and that's cooler. Yeah. But in classic, you got no options. In vanilla, like once you get to level 40 or whatever, you have to be a were chicken. You don't have a choice. If I could go, if the spec didn't suck and I could go star form, then I would be tempted to try it, you know. But I'm pretty sure it's off the table. Obesia, what new class should be added in Classic Plus? I mean, there will never be a new class added to Classic. Unfortunately, you know, there's all kinds of cool things you can come up with for cool classes. The reality of it is that there are not going to be any classes added to Classic WoW. We would be lucky to ever see like more class race combinations because of the way people get obsessed about racials being overpowered for certain classes. We will be lucky to see a form of Classic era where we get like Dwarf Shaman or Paladins on the Horde side. We'd be super lucky. It's the chances of that is basically nothing to even get that. So yeah, unfortunately, new classes are not on the table. Next proposition. Rosalind, you Googled it and they do look kind of similar? I'm gonna Google it later. Yeah, because I remember like Venkman's arm turning into like, or was it Ray? One of them got turned into it. I remember his like arm being like a feathery thing. And I kind of imagine like the face and the gizzard. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's similar, right? They do look kind of similar. Okay. So yeah, not perfect, but that's the episode I always think of. I don't know why. I watched a lot of Real Ghostbusters back when I was a kid. I've always wanted to see a Blade Master. Remember the Orc Blade Masters from Warcraft 3? What happened to the Blade Masters? Remember when the orcs kind of looked like they kind of had like a Japanese samurai motif about them? Like the Blade Masters had like the beaded necklace and like the baggy pants. Yeah, what happened to Blade? And people are like, oh, warrior's a Blade Master. No, it's not. A warrior can use any weapon. A warrior is not a Blade Master. So what the hell happened to the Blade Masters from Warcraft 3? Why can't I play as an orc samurai class? Where's the samurai class? Because that would be the Blade Master would be like, they were like samurai basically. I want to see the Blade Master class. That would be like the one thing I always think about from Warcraft 3 that I feel like isn't represented at all. Is that Orc Bard? Oh god. Oh god, there really aren't bards in like Warcraft lore. Who was a bard? Name me a character in Warcraft That was Bard or Bard adjacent. Go. If you can do it, then you can have Bard. Was there an NPC in WoD that's a Blade Master? Probably, Eric. If they were gonna have that in there, it would have been WoD. I don't remember that, but then again, I never used to read the quests back in the day, so. Imagine if Mr. Pandaria revealed Orc Samurai instead of Pandas. Yeah. I would have taken Pandas and Orc Samurai. I got nothing wrong with the Pandas. But I would like my Orc Samurai, please. Thank you. Yeah, see, there's nothing. It wouldn't fit in WoW. The Bard wouldn't fit in WoW because there's nothing like it in WoW. Yeah, there's nothing you can really point to be like, oh, that is a Bard-esque class. You'd get something like if you want a support class, you'd get like Tinkers. You'd get like a Tinker class. Gnome and Dwarf Tinkerers would be like you'd lay down turrets or something, but you probably aren't going to be playing songs. Nobody plays songs in Warcraft because they're too busy being at war. You know, although Bard would probably fit right in with like the current like Disney Pixar story going on in retail. Retail could have a Bard, I think. Yeah, retail could probably have a Bard, for sure. Jay the Tavern Bard and Borealis. Well, there you go. Retail. That fits right in with what I just said. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. BFA. Yeah. Jay the Tavern Bard. Fair enough. Yeah, retail. Retail could have bards. It's a nasty, crippling poison. Oh, it's paralyzing poison. Fun. Elite Tauren Chieftain is a bard. Yeah, he's a Hero of the Storm character. Yeah, you're right. He's not in WoW. he's a Hearthstone card and a character in Hero. Yeah, you're right. But not a WoW character though. What about a Warden like Maeve? I think that people would say Demon Hunter. It's like a Demon Hunter basically. You already got Demon Hunter, aren't you happy? That's what people would say. Just like when I bring up Blade Master back in the day, my friend would always say, we got warriors. Just be an orc warrior with a two-handed sword. It's obviously a Blade Master. Spec into sword spec, dummy. That's Blade Master. What do you want? Yeah, so my friend used to tell me when I bring up Blade Master back in the day. And if you brought up the Warden class, then they'd be like, oh, well, that's basically a Demon Hunter. Without being a demon. Warden would be the Demon Hunter class with like reskinned abilities, and you wouldn't have to be like a demonic night elf or belf to be one. Like you could be a human warden. You could be a human warden, and you would be a demon hunter. All the buttons would do the same thing, but they would like reskin them, like a class skin. Like warden would fit in good with like a class skin. That'd be cool. And maybe like an arms warrior could have like a Blade Master class skin, where like all the buttons do the same thing, but they have different. There's different animations or something that go off. Class skins would be cool. Class skins would let people fulfill like a lot of like character fantasy without there having to actually be like a totally new class in the game, where they'd have to like mechanically create and balance like a completely new class. Like class skins could go a long way towards like just more fantasy, more character fantasy for the player, more agency over like what your character was like. Blade Master's more Fury Warrior. See, you guys are already correcting me. You're like, no, well, listen, it already does exist. And it's a Fury Warrior two-handing. Fair. You're probably not wrong. What else? Necromancers. You know, we could do like a class skin for a demonology warlock where like maybe it makes the imps into skeletons instead. I don't really know what necromancers crave, but I'm sure some people who played like warlock who would rather play necromancer probably have some ideas for how they could like reskin some of the abilities. The buttons would do the same thing, you know, none of the mechanics of the class would have to change. The spell icons on your bar would be different, the names of the abilities would be different, and then the animations or skins would be different. And I think that would go a long way towards like really like taking the game to another level when it comes to like character creation, you know? Dual wielding guns. Alright, I'm listening. Like a gunslinger skin for a hunter. So instead of having like one crossbow, you have 2 pistols. All intents and purposes, all the abilities do the same thing, but now you're a dude with 2 pistols. That would be cool. Zach, do I play D&D? No. Even when I did play D&D a little bit back in like 3.5, like our group was never consistent. We had a couple people who never took it seriously. I might have been one of the people who had a hard time taking it seriously. Yeah, I never really got into D&D. And I tried a couple times. I tried to get in 4.0 when they released 4.0. We bought the books and tried to get a campaign going, and it's just like you have to have a like-minded, consistent group of people who take it at least semi-seriously, and I just never had that during the time in my life when I was trying to play. And now I don't know if it's something that I could ever do. Ultimately, like I'm kind of a stupid person, and like so like it was like always too many rules for me. It was always too many rules. I wanted to DM and like I wanted to like tell a story, but it was always like too many rules for me to learn to get to a point where I felt competent in being a DM. And so I always let our other friend DM it because he like supposedly he said he knew all the rules, whatever. Like I'm not gonna memorize all the rules. Yeah, it was like, yeah, the systems, I'm not good at math. Like, I'm not good at doing math in my head. I'm not good at doing, like, adding things up quickly. Like, it was like, the game wanted me to do a lot of math, it felt like. And I'm like, well, I could go play a video game, and the video game handles all the mathematics for me. And, you know, that's probably why I'm here today. I don't have to do the dice rolls and all that stuff. And check the modifiers, and, yeah. It's probably just, like, stupidity on my part that stopped me from really learning it. Oh, basically says, my boyfriend forced me to play D&D, so we broke up. If anybody ever forces you to do anything, you should break up. Yeah. Yeah, if you feel forced into doing something, like, that's not good. Convinced, if you're convinced to do something, then that's a little bit different. Like, if you got convinced to do it, and then it was still awful, that's your own fault. Don't get convinced. But if you were forced to, then that's terrible. I don't think I'd wish that on anybody. The worst thing in D&D, the funny thing about that is like, oh, when people are like, oh, my friend got me to play or made me play, whatever. Like, the funny thing about that is like, it's so not enjoyable to play with someone who's like not into it and not taking it seriously. speaking from experience, like, that's the worst thing. Is like, I never understood why people try to, like, get people into it who obviously aren't into it. Like, if they're not into the idea of it, you're not going to get them into it by subjecting them to the game. They're just going to create a bad experience for everybody else that's trying to have a campaign, you know? So I never understood that about people. Like, if someone's interested, then yeah, get them involved. But if someone's like, no, that sounds dumb, that's the last person you want at the table. You don't want the person that's like, nah, that sounds dumb. Like, you're not going to change their mind. Like, the chances of it are infinitesimal. I don't want a group. Coop Dan, I'm going to have to decline you, man. I'm just grinding. I'm not going after anything specific. Yeah, Zach, see, we played with somebody who knew it all. So there was no, like, discussions about rules or how things ought to be handled. There was the way things were going to be handled. According to the rules. You know, the rules which none of the rest of us really bothered to, like, learn, memorize, etc. Could have been part of why it also wasn't super enjoyable. But we also had a couple people who, like I said, they weren't really there to take it seriously or anything, and by the time I, you know, could have been at a point where I could have found more people in life, like, I lost interest in it. I liked reading the books. I still have the campaign setting for D&D 4.0 for the Forgotten Realms. I have the Forgotten Realms book. And I always liked reading the books. I like reading the player's guide, reading about the classes, reading about the races, reading the Dungeon Master guide, and like reading the campaign setting books. I always had more fun reading the books then we'd go to sit down and play, and I'm like, damn, I just kind of want to keep reading the book. Like, not the rules, but like the character creation stuff. I liked reading about the classes, the history of the world, and that kind of stuff. I found super interesting. I like reading lore books. This is more Ladim territory right here. This is, oh no, we're good. We're probably good. Nah, it's kind of more Ladim territory. Rude. No, it's fine. Ash, good afternoon, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I appreciate it. Where am I from? I am from Michigan in the United States. And then we lived for like 8 years in Missouri, which is in the middle of the country. I always assume that I sound quite American. That's what I always assume. I typically assume that people can hear me talk for like a couple of seconds, and then that cinches it. But maybe that's not the case. Yeah, I mean, Red Aura for handling the worms is super OP. I'm very happy about this. Super OP. Ra, you hit level 46, you don't have any more green quest? Hey, if you have any quest, you're lucky. I felt like on the Paladin at like level 46, that like not only did I not have green quest, I didn't really have any yellow quest. It felt bad. It's a tough time. Yeah, once you get into the 40s, I feel like it's tough no matter what. And it's like you can grind, like it's at that level it's kind of hard to, like sometimes, but you could. Zach, I live in the nexus of Kid Rock and Eminem. Yeah, I actually went to the same high school that Eminem went to. We didn't go at the same time. He's 10 years older than me, but I went to the same high school, and probably roamed some of the same areas because of that. Do I play WoW with my significant other? My wife plays sometimes. Right now she's not playing. So she'll go for like a month and she'll play, then she'll fall out of it. She has a lot of important stuff to do. She has what you guys call a real job that she's very passionate about. So she spends a lot of time on that and some other hobbies. She plays sometimes. Yeah, Ra, go do dungeons, man. You could do Uldaman. You just need to do Uldaman every day. Do Uldaman and Zul'Farrak. And then you should be able to gain a level or two just doing those every day for a couple days. And then, you know, by then you might have stuff to do. Yeah, I'd say go grind some dungeons. Uldaman and ZF are not like super scary places. I feel like most of the pulls in those places are manageable. Uldaman's probably a little bit scarier than ZF, but only because it's kind of labyrinthine. There's a lot of different ways to go and stuff like that. It sounds risky. Yeah, I mean, it could be risky. But if you're at a high level for it and the group is at a high level, like I said, neither ZF nor Uldaman are like super scary. I would say like you're not gonna want to do like Sunken Temple probably, like. I don't know, it's tough. It's tough. And yeah, there's probably some quests for Uldaman that could net you quite a bit of XP. Same thing with ZF. Yeah, there's probably just it's probably just like if you did those dungeons even a couple of times, between the quest XP and the kill XP, you'd probably be where you want to be level wise. Because by the end of all that, you'd probably be like level 49, you know. No, I'm never doing Sunken Temple on hardcore. Maybe if it's a guild run and like somebody actually knows the way to go. Like I don't know where to go in Sunken Temple. I get completely lost. Basically Sunken Temple and after, like I don't know where to go. Lower Blackrock Spire, I don't know where to go. Upper Blackrock Spire, I don't know where to go. Like once you get into those more labyrinthine dungeons, like I have no idea where to go. So the only way I would ever be able to do that stuff is with a group of people who actually knew. Because it's not going to be me leading the group. I've done them many, many, many times, and I still don't know the routes. Alex, you did Sunken Temple on your Warlock? You probably had somebody who knew the route. Yeah, and like I don't, as a tank, like people expect you to know the routes as a tank, and like I don't know the route. So. Other than that, like if pulled carefully, like Sunken Temple's not really super hard. It's just about knowing where to go, and then you gotta know like what order to click all those things in around the top part of the room, like, I don't know all that stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have to get our girl some rested XP soon. I'm gonna have to figure out like what I want to do. I do feel like starting at level 30, especially because my goal is to not go into Stranglethorn until I hit 34. Like if I want to hit that goal, then we're gonna need rested XP. That I think is obvious. Otherwise, I think we're gonna end up going to Stranglethorn at level 32, and it's gonna be like the same leveling path we went on with the other Pally on Bloodsail. It's gonna be like the same exact thing's gonna happen to us. Yeah, I'll need to figure it out for next week, so I know like what we're doing. All right, we're back in more Ladim territory. Nothing going on over here. Oh, basically, a gnome warrior left you for dead in the Sunken Temple. Like he had the group had a bad pull and he just like took off. That's pretty awful. I mean, at some point though, like there is kind of like a save yourself mentality in hardcore sometimes, where like, yeah, if you're in a dungeon and something goes like really sideways, everyone's like impulse is going to be like, okay, how do I save myself? Sometimes people will be like, how do I save myself and as many people as I can? But yeah, a lot of times people are gonna like, they're gonna scatter. They're gonna scatter and they're just gonna hope that like they're the one that lives. It's probably pretty like analogous to real life, unfortunately. Like some people will think like, hey, how can I protect others? But a lot of people are gonna be like, oh my god, how do I get out of here as quick as I can? We had a scary pull in SFK a week or so ago, where we accidentally pulled an entire room because somebody in the group was too low of a level, and they didn't stay where I wanted them to stay. They followed me up some stairs, and we pulled the entire room. And I tanked stuff for a minute. I stood there, I threw up Consecrate, I let it all hit me for a second, and then it was time to run. And then everybody took off, you know. And luckily in that scenario, like, we all lived. But yeah, there did come a point where I had to run. As soon as I had to pop my bubble, as soon as I saw like 10 or 12 guys, I started to put marks up like maybe we could stand and fight, but no, I took off after a minute. Yeah, I don't have to outrun the bear, I just have to outrun you. Yeah, David, I don't have to outrun the mob. I just have to outrun you. Which a lot of times in WoW, since we all run at the same speed, a lot of times that means you have to run first. You know, it's like how Han shot first. In hardcore WoW, to live, like, sometimes you have to run first. In that SFK scenario, I didn't run first. Like, I stood there for a minute, I tanked some of it, I got aggro on almost all of it, and then I had to go. And I feel like that's as good as I can do. On a warrior tank, I would have had to run right away. I wouldn't have been able to, like, stand there with the consecrate. Because I wouldn't have had bubbles, and I wouldn't have had lay on hands. And so, like, on a warrior tank, if I saw all that stuff coming at me, I'd probably have to run immediately. I probably wouldn't have been able to throw a consecrate and even think about tanking it, because I wouldn't have had any AoE threat gen. So immediately, like, everything would have went on to the healer and everything else. We just got lucky that I was on a paladin instead. Does he get unmarked if he dies? Like, if someone kills him, do I lose the mark on him? That would make sense, I guess, right? Yeah, if he dies, the mark is gone. That makes sense. I don't know why I thought otherwise. Toma, there are people who have played the game for 20 years and hit level 40 and they don't know what to do either. level 40, it gets tough. It gets tough finding what to do at level 40. Yeah. Yeah, like when you hit level 40, it's easy to run out of quests to do. There's places you can go, but like especially if you haven't done, like a lot of people, like if you don't zone hop early, like bounce back and forth between like the starting areas that are equivalent level, then you can easily blow through all the quests that you have. And you can easily get into the level 40s and like not have any quests to really do that are not like grossly out level for you. Yeah, it's easy to run out of quests in Classic Era. Alright, I have just about had my fill of fighting these guys. I'm gonna hearth out of here. We have the weekend to kind of like think about it and figure it out, but like I do want to see if there's a character that I want to stream that can let the Paladin get rested XP. I don't want to stream the Mage, I don't want to stream the Rogue, I want those guys to live in the recorded series, so I have that going and that to work on. But I would like to find something else that we could play on the stream and let the Paladin get rested XP. The alternative is I take a week off of the Paladin, and I focus on recorded stuff for a week, and then she gets rested XP that way. That's like the other option. If we don't really settle on anything. I probably will stream tomorrow. That's why I said we'll have the weekend to kind of think about it, but I kind of want to get the character made like before the weekend. If I'm going to roll up something starting next week to get rested, I kind of want to get the ball rolling on it sooner rather than later. We know, I kind of like... I kind of feel like a Night Elf warrior, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if we can do warrior again. Is it too soon to do a warrior again? It's probably too soon to do a warrior. After killing 2 of them, you'd think I'd be like sick of it. Oh, that's almost perfect. Yeah, I talked a little bit about the Horde tunes, and like, unfortunately, the difference between official and Bloodsail Buccaneer solo self-found, something I didn't anticipate, is that it feels bad to split yourself across both factions. Because if you're focusing on one faction, all of your meta progression is on that faction. All the items you've saved, all the gold you've accumulated, you're doing that on the one faction, and so you're constantly having meta progress. If you split yourself and you jump back and forth between the factions on official, it's like you're gimping yourself with meta progression. It feels weird to me. Whereas in Bloodsail Buccaneers, you lost everything. So it was fine to jump to the other faction and start over. You didn't have anything anyway. Whereas like you start getting gold on a faction, you start getting items and stuff. And like for me, it feels like if I'm going to stream something, I want it to be on the same faction as the Paladin right now. I'm focusing on Alliance on the streams, I think, and then like I'll touch the Horde characters in the recorded stuff. That's why I'm keeping the Mage going. But I don't know if and I didn't think about this beforehand. It was something that I realized over time, the way I felt about the meta progression, and how it was so different from Bloodsail when you can just jump over and play whatever faction you wanted whenever you wanted. This is very different. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but yeah. I don't know if I'm explaining it well. Blood, when you heard that someone rolls the exact same character over and over, yeah, I think some people do that. Some people like, I'm going to roll a warrior, and I'm just going to keep doing that until I succeed. I think some people do that. Frosty, I'm doing the Mage on the Horde side. So the Mage, if you want to check out the Mage, I got the recorded series going for the Mage. Yeah. That's what I'm doing for the Mage. Gnome Warrior? I don't think I would do a Gnome Warrior again. Yeah, that's two short characters. That's like, 2 short characters is maybe too many short characters for me. But yeah, just something to we'll think about it. We have tomorrow to kind of like think about. I'd like to have the character at least created tomorrow, so I know if I'm gonna take the week off and focus on recorded stuff, or if we're gonna have somebody else to jump on while the Paladin gets some rested XP. Because I feel like I'm kind of at that point where she needs some. But yeah, I kind of like keep thinking warrior, you know. Maybe we go sword and board on the warrior this time instead of going like traditional 2-hander. We'll probably end up going 2-hander, but we could try sword and board. I like this right here. When I popped onto this was almost like perfect. I might do something with the hair, but probably not. Actually, that was pretty good. No, I kind of liked that. Yeah, that's kind of perfect. What else do I got going on? Yeah. David, you chatted with someone who rolled D8s to decide the next racing class. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty interesting. Let me see. I gotta go into my character map here. I gotta grab a weird character. Let's grab a weird A this time. Those are some long ears. Yeah, there's no ear sliders. Yeah, we need. Does Classic need an ear slider? Maybe this? Maybe this for next week. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. But guys, I am at a hard stop here for today. My son has early release from school today, so I have to be going to get him. I will leave you guys with this to ponder. maybe we do this summit next week and we get the Paladin some rested XP. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments on the VOD if you have any specific thoughts. And I appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's been great. You've all been wonderful people. I really do appreciate the support. And until next time, take care of yourselves out in the real world and take care of each other. And we will see you back in Azeroth very soon. Bye for now.